at the scene with all of the breaking details. What's the latest there, Rosa?
Allison, good morning. The painstaking task at this hour is the removal of 950 tons of concrete, all while removing bodies and preserving evidence. Now, the cruel irony here is that this bridge was built, it was designed for the safety of FIU students.
It was super loud. It sounded like the world was ending.
Shocking new video obtained by the Miami Herald captures the sudden collapse of a new pedestrian bridge at Florida International University in Miami.
My friend's sister called me. Her brother, my childhood friend, he was crossing as the bridge was coming down, and it hit him.
Do you know how he's doing, or?
I don't know. He was rushed to the hospital. I don't know. I'm just so worried.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio tweeting that cables that suspend the bridge had loosened and were being tightened when the structure gave way.
Multiple workers were on top of the bridge, and we have a report that several people injured at this time.
Authorities announcing that the frantic effort to rescue people trapped in the rubble is now a recovery operation.
The cars were completely crushed under. You could see some of the front car and just a lot of debris everywhere.
Emergency crews working desperately into the night to
Breaking news, sources telling CNN tonight that during the high school mass shooting, 3 Broward County deputies had not entered the building. Instead, they appeared to stay outside. This is after we learned that the deputy assigned to protect the school campus, he didn't go inside either. And tonight we're hearing from one of the students who was shot during that attack and spoke to President Trump while still in the hospital. Samantha Fuentes is out front. She's a senior at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Samantha, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Samantha, listen, I know you lost good friends in the shooting, and of course you're paying the price. You got shot in one leg, shrapnel in another leg, and I'm sure the viewers tonight, as they look at you there, their heart goes out to you. The first question is just how you doing in the days since this attack?
You know, just taking it one day at a time. I can't say that I'm not exhausted, but I have all the support in the world by everyone that I love right now.
Keeping it close to you. So you have just gone through this. You're sitting in your hospital bed. You receive a call from President Trump. Tell us how that conversation went.
It went quite interesting. One of the first things he said to me was that he heard that I was a big fan of his and that he was a big fan of mine, and he was just trying to console me and let me know that everything was going to be okay. He then commenced to call the shooter a sick puppy and probably used the word "oh boy" probably a solid 8 times. I can't say that I was consoled or helped.
You didn't feel well. What do you have any idea what gave him the impression that you were a big fan of his, as he said to you?
I'm not quite sure. It's not like we've had any prior engagements to that phone call, so maybe it was just an assumption.
You know, it was interesting, and I know you expressed some surprise that he brought up the shooter in the conversation in light of what you went through. How did that part of the conversation go?
tonight, we have some developments that have to be discussed. The lawyer for Stormy Daniels claims that his client was being physically threatened to stay silent about her alleged affair with President Trump. There's some other news in this story as well. Joining us now is Stormy Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti. Counsel, thank you for the morning around and coming in. But you're starting to drive the news cycle a little bit on this, so I want to talk to you about it. There are actually two developments, maybe three, that we have to get to. Let's start with that one. Again, state it for us here. What are you alleging was done to your client in terms of pressure to stay quiet?
Well, I'm not alleging anything. I'm stating a fact. And the fact is that my client was physically threatened to stay silent about what she knew about Donald Trump. The details surrounding that, she's going to discuss, I'm sure, on the 60 Minutes interview on March 25. And the American people are going to weigh her veracity and whether she can be trusted, whether she appears to be credible, and whether it happened or not. And they're going to learn the details surrounding that. And we're going to let them judge for themselves whether she's being honest.
So, first of all, that means that the interview is going to air as far as you know. And we're hearing not this Sunday, but next, the 25th.
The Washington Post reported, I think yesterday, that it is going to air on March 25.
They haven't communicated with you, CBS News, and gave you the courtesy of letting you know when he's here?
They have communicated with us, but I don't know the definitive date. I mean, that is handled internally at CBS.
Why the vacillation on their part?
Well, I don't know that it's vacillation. I think the issue is that they want to make sure they get it right. They're crossing every T, they're dotting every I. They understand the importance of this.
I'm Mark, and I quit smoking with Chantix. I was a heavy smoker for 26 years. I smoked a pack and a half a day, and I was able to quit with Chantix. I never thought that I'd quit, but I did.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
Without a doubt, Chantix reduced my urge to smoke.
When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Some people had changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, or suicidal thoughts or actions with Chantix. Serious side effects may include seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or allergic and skin reactions, which can be life-threatening. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have any of these. Tell your healthcare provider if you've had depression or other mental health problems. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. The most common side effect is nausea.
My old smoker self would be so surprised.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you. Many insurance plans cover Chantix for a low or $0 copay.
Alright, right now we're heading to a call for one slump behind the wheel in the road. They said he's by the railroad tracks, so we want to make sure he's not on the railroad tracks or it could turn into a fatal situation. 32 and 28.
Right. Just for information, the train just cleared about a few minutes ago.
32 times 4.
Hey, wake up!
32 start rescue, subject's not responding.
Wake up! Hey!
See, I can't tell if he's breathing, so.
You okay? Are you okay?
I thought you were gonna die, man. I couldn't tell if you were breathing. Put your car in park. Are you? I got an ambulance coming to check you out. Have you taken any drugs tonight? You been drinking? You been drinking? Hey, I couldn't tell. You look like you weren't breathing, dude.
No, it's good.
I know. I was here for 10 minutes pounding and yelling as loud as I could.
I'm sorry. It's just
okay.
I have work at 6 in the morning. Probably fall asleep.
You can smell some marijuana. Have you have anything to drink?
No.
You understand you're in the middle of the road right now, right?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Do you want to stand up and dust off? Just shake it off, man. Your car was in drive. So you're falling asleep. So if you, I don't know, are having a seizure or something, your foot hits the gas pedal. Your foot hits the gas pedal. You go into the train tracks. There's a train coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to them real quick? I couldn't tell if he was breathing or not. He's fine now, but if you just want to check him out, he was passed out behind the wheel in the car and drive right here by the tracks. So, right now, it looks like he's fine after talking with the medic, so we're going to run through, check his sobriety, and we'll go from there. Well, we got to do a couple more tests. So you said you haven't had anything to drink tonight?
Well, I don't even.
And you're good. Then if you haven't had anything to drink, then you're going to be good. These tests are only for alcohol only, so you're good. Take a deep breath, blow in like you're blowing in a balloon, okay? Harder. Stop. Thank you. You know what the legal limit is? Okay. All right. Well, you're not lying about that. You blew triple zeros. He really didn't appear intoxicated, so we made the decision to we do a report for a broken window, and we sent him on his way. He said he'd worked a long shift. He was very tired. He was stopped at the railroad tracks when a train came by, and he was just parked there for several minutes, and he just dozed off. So, I guess it's unfortunate that I had to break his window to wake him up, but some people are really deep sleepers, so.
He's a little upset right now.
When you throw the uniform on every single morning, you just never know what you're going to be doing out here on these highways. You know, you're thinking you're going to catch bad guys, but sometimes you're out there saving animals, dogs, cows. I mean, we've seen everything.
So she has an order of protection granting her the dogs. So we're gonna go with her to get the dogs back to the property. Do you have the? Oh, that one's gone.
Lucas, come here. Do you want a treat?
It was definitely entertaining watching Deputy Loeb try to chase his dog after it snipped at her.
Successful dog capture.
There's a calf in the roadway. Go home! Come. We're going to get a pursuit. This is not how this works, Cap. He is winning. See? This is why they get hit. Another bovine life saved.
So we're en route to an animal call. This happens to be a raccoon on the 4th floor of a condominium. The lady says he has gotten into her house and she's scared to death. House cat on steroids. Try to get him headed down the stairs. And those are some early Christmas cookies that one of our deputies had made. See if we can keep him going down. Head on, little fella. Yeah, we're right behind you. Well, Rocky the raccoon is safely moved off the top floor of the condo, so win-win for everybody.
Get the bag. Open it up. Shove the tube in there, and I'm gonna keep twisting, and the snake will go through this tube into this bucket.